You've had enough. You're tired of the cycle. You're tired of the shame. You're done with feeling like two different people. One, full of dreams and purpose. The other, isolated, stuck, and secretly hurting. You've tried to quit porn, but it keeps pulling you back. But hear this, and I need you to take it seriously. This is the last video you'll ever need to watch about quitting porn. Not because this video has magic powers, but because today, you'll finally understand what's really going on and how to fight back with a plan that works. The hidden war in your brain. Let's get something straight. Porn is not just a bad habit. It's not something you can casually cut down on. It is a rewiring machine. Every time you watch, you flood your brain with dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure, reward, and motivation. But here's the problem. Too much dopamine in the wrong way ruins your sensitivity to normal pleasures. It makes reading boring, talking to people exhausting, working on your goals feel pointless. Why? Because your brain is trained to only light up when it sees artificial skin on a glowing screen. That's not entertainment. That's enslavement. And worst of all, it creates a vicious loop. Stress leads to porn. Porn leads to shame. Shame leads to more stress. And you repeat, again and again. This isn't about morality, it's about neuroscience. And if your brain can be wired in one direction, it can be rewired back. 10 lies porn tells you and why you keep going back. Before we dive deeper into how to quit, let's expose the enemy. Because porn isn't just a video. It's a voice that whispers lies into your mind over and over, until you believe them. So let's break them down. Lie 1. This will make you feel better. You're stressed. You're anxious. You feel empty. Porn promises comfort, but it delivers numbness. After a few minutes of escape, you're left more tired, more guilty, and more disconnected than before. Lie 2. No one has to know. Porn thrives in the dark. It tells you, this is just between you and the screen. But what you feed in secret eventually leaks into public. It affects how you speak, how you relate, how you carry yourself. There are no private sins, only slow poison. Lie 3. At least it's not real sex. Some justify porn as the safer option. No cheating, no STDs, no complications. But what about the damage to your brain? Your future marriage? Your self-worth? Porn may not be physical, but the consequences are very, very real. Lie 4. Everyone does it. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's healthy. Brokenness doesn't become wisdom just because it went viral. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to break generational chains. Lie 5. You can stop anytime you want. Really? Then why haven't you? That voice saying, one last time, has lied to you 100 times. Every addiction starts with overconfidence. And every recovery starts with humility. Lie 6. This is just a phase. Time doesn't heal addiction. Time only deepens the pattern. What you don't confront now will confront you later in your marriage, your future, and your legacy. Lie 7. This doesn't hurt anyone. You think it's victimless? Think again. Behind every scene is a real person. A soul. Often exploited, manipulated, trafficked, or broken inside. And even if it's consensual, it's still feeding a system that profits off pain. And you're part of it, every time you click. Lie 8. It helps me fall asleep. No, it sedates you. Like drinking to sleep, it makes you pass out, not rest. You wake up more drained, less focused, and emotionally foggy. Real rest requires peace, not pixels. Lie 9. At least it's better than doing worse things. That's not a justification, it's a trap. Settling for one poison just because it's less toxic doesn't make you free. Your standard isn't less bad. Your standard is true freedom. Lie 10. You're too far gone. This is the deadliest lie of all. Porn tells you you're too addicted, too messed up. That freedom is for other people, not for you. That's a lie straight from hell. You are not too far gone. You're still breathing. You're still fighting. And as long as you're alive, you can win. These are the lies that keep you going back. But now that you've seen them, they lose their power. Because the truth will set you free. Step by step, the 5 pillars of real freedom. Pillar 1. Brutal honesty. You can't defeat what you deny. If you're still calling it just stress relief or a private issue, you're not ready. Say it with me. Porn is damaging my mind, my focus, my relationships, and my future. And I'm not okay with that anymore. Pillar 2. Find the pattern. Porn doesn't just happen. There's always a trigger. Boredom, loneliness, late nights, arguments, social media. Grab a journal. Every time you relapse, write, what time was it? Where was I? What was I feeling? What was I avoiding? Don't judge, just track. Clarity creates power. Within a week, you'll see the pattern. And patterns can be broken. Pillar 3. Create friction. You don't just need motivation, you need systems. Delete private browsers. Use blockers like Cold Turkey, Pluckeye, or Custodio. Log out of social apps. Put your phone in another room at night. Sleep with a book, not a screen. The harder you make access, the easier the victory. Pillar 4. Replace the rush. You can't just remove the dopamine hit, you must replace it. Think of porn like sugar. Remove it, and you crave something sweet. So give your brain something better. Cold showers, push-ups, journaling, run a mile, learn a skill, talk to a real person. Reclaim your reward system. Pillar 5. Accountability wins wars. No one beats this alone. Isolation is porn's best friend. Find one person, a brother, a mentor, a support group. Apps like Covenant Eyes, Reboot Nation, or even Reddit communities can help. Tell someone, it's not weakness, it's strategy. These fictionalized but realistic accounts are based on common patterns from real-life recovery stories. Live Scenario 1. David's story, The Double Life. David was a youth pastor. A good one, charismatic, caring, full of vision. Every Sunday, he'd tell young people about purpose, purity, and power. But on weekday nights, he was someone else. In the privacy of his room, behind locked doors, he was trapped in a secret he never thought he'd fall into. Porn became a nightly ritual. 1 click became 3, then 10, then hours. He cried after, prayed, promised never again. But weeks turned into years, and shame grew louder than his sermons. Until one night he broke, not in relapse, in surrender. He told his accountability partner everything, every detail, every failure, every secret. And for the first time in years, he felt free. He deleted every stash, installed blockers, joined a recovery group, and replaced his screen time with scripture, workouts, and journaling. It wasn't instant, but it was permanent. Today, David mentors young men struggling with the same thing. Not with shame, but with compassion and power. Why? Because he knows what it's like to be lost in the dark. And now he knows how to lead others out. Live Scenario 2. Angela's story, The Silent Battle. Angela was 23, studying digital design. People thought she had it all together. Smart, confident, popular. But every night, after the selfies and stories, she'd scroll into a dark world. Softcore videos, erotic fiction, NSFW fan art. At first, it was curiosity. Then, it became compulsion. She hated how she felt afterward. Cheap, hollow, disconnected. She didn't want to be addicted, but no one ever talked about women struggling with porn. It's a guy problem, they said. So she stayed silent and suffered quietly until one day a post on Instagram caught her attention. You're not dirty, you're just hungry for something deeper. That line wrecked her. Angela clicked the link, joined a Christian support group for women. She confessed, wept, fasted, prayed. She deleted dozens of saved links and stories. And she fought, not just with filters, but with renewed identity. Today, Angela creates digital content helping women break free from sexual addiction. Because freedom wasn't just for men. It was for her too. And now it's for you. Building the warrior mindset. Now listen closely because this is the turning point. You will have urges. You will get tempted. But you're not your urges. You are not your last relapse. You are what you choose next. The brain can be rewired, but it takes time. This isn't about 7 days or 30 days. This is about changing who you are becoming. When the urge hits, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what pain am I trying to escape right now? Porn is a painkiller, but what if you faced your pain and turned it into purpose? The most powerful men you know? They aren't the ones without struggles. They're the ones who win despite the struggle. You're not fighting against porn. You're fighting for your future. Your new life begins today. Picture this with me. You wake up early. You work out. You feel alive. Your mind is clear. You're no longer hiding. You're pursuing your goals. You make eye contact again. You walk with confidence. You're no longer drained by secret guilt. You're energized by real freedom. You're present with your family. You're bold in your dreams. You're dangerous to your limits. And guess what? That future isn't 10 years away. It starts with today's decision. Right now. Right here. No more browsing. No more false starts. You are not a slave to your urges. You are not too far gone. You are ready. You are chosen. You are free. Final declaration. So here's what you do next. Don't just watch this video. Re-watch it every morning for the next 30 days. Commit to the steps. Track your triggers. Build your system. Replace the habit. Find accountability. Speak it out loud. I'm done. I choose freedom. Now comment below and say it again. I'm done. I choose freedom. Like this video. Share it. Save it. Send it to someone who needs it. Let's flood the algorithm not with shame, but with strength, with truth, with men and women rising again. You are the generation that breaks the chain. You are the one your younger self prayed for. This is the last video you'll ever need, because you won't need another one. You're free now, and freedom is worth everything. You've come this far. You've watched to the end. And that tells me something powerful. You're ready to act. But don't leave this video inspired and then do nothing. Because motivation without a map is a setup for relapse. That's why I created something simple but game-changing. It's called the 30-day NoFap and Breakout Journal. You won't believe it's only $5. This isn't just a journal. It's your daily accountability guide. To track your urges, identify your triggers, rewire your focus, and build mental muscle one day at a time. Each day, you'll reflect with targeted prompts, break the shame cycle with affirmations, track your streaks and wins, and reset your mindset in under 10 minutes. And the best part? You don't need perfection, just consistency. You don't need to do it alone, just follow the process. So if you're serious about your freedom, and you're done with starting over again and again, grab your copy now for just $5. Access link in description or pinned comment. Let's make the next 30 days the most disciplined, powerful, and free you've ever lived. Remember, you're not weak, you're just untrained. And this is your training ground. Don't wait, start your breakout today.